going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 8 of NHL 23 Philadelphia Flyers Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, appreciate all the support on these videos. If you wouldn't mind leaving a thumbs up, it really helps me out. As you guys can see there, we're currently 5-1 in the preseason. Matthew Michkow's got 10 points in 6 games. If you missed the last episode, spoiler warning, we finally won the Stanley Cup. 2029 Stanley Cup champs, Philadelphia Flyers. Felt good to do that. Now, we still have a few years left here to try and win one more. Also, too, if you guys missed the last episode, we actually made a really big trade, and I think a really important trade. We brought Rodion Amirov onto this team, of course, after his unfortunate passing. We actually won a Stanley Cup with him, so I'm hoping we can actually win another. I think that'd be very, very cool. Now, looking at the NHL team here, guys, you can see we got Stanley Cup, Draisaitl, Michkov, still in that first line, getting a +5. They're nasty. They're all 90+. Second line there, Connor, Gauthier, Reinhart's also very good. Reinhart plays a lot better than 86. They get a +5 too. Third line, Demidov, Wood, and Mirov. I mean, come on, a couple 88s. Fourth line there, you got Couturier. He's actually left wing because Drury here in the middle has got 97 faceoffs. O'Connor on the right side, also very good defensive there, 92 D awareness. And now next year, looking at the defense, we got Sharp and Kivaharji on the top pair, getting a +5. Battaglia and York on the second pairing with Sanheim, Bonk on the bottom. And goaltenders here, you got DiPietro starting, 84 overall. Bjarnson there backing him up. And one thing I didn't even realize last episode, guys, but you pointed out to me, when we actually had our reverse sweep against the Maple Leafs, DiPietro got 3 straight shutouts. You guys can see them there. And they were actually the only shutouts he got in the playoff run, but still, pretty clear to win a Stanley Cup with, like, you know, a league min goalie, essentially. Hopefully we can run it back, win another cup with him this season. Now, in terms of the power play for this team, you can see power play 1 there, outstanding. Power play 2, I mean, very, very solid as well. Even the 4-mans there, I think, both get +5s. PK as well, make sure to have very good, you know, defensive players on this team. I think our defensemen as well, pretty solid defensively. So, overall, really no reason why we can't win the Stanley Cup again this year. Now, after this year, it's going to be very tough. Cap situation gets very complicated for us. I'll show you guys in a moment. AHL team. Brought in Verana just being AHL stars, playing with Barkey, Poirier on the first line. Poirier definitely be an AHL player next season, but still only has a role of depth forward, so shouldn't hurt his growth playing the AHL this year. Stillman, Virling, Dorfiev, all 80s. Even the third line there, all 80s with 81. Petrano, Gallagher there's a vet. Entwistle's 80 on the fourth line. Like, AHL team's pretty stacked. Defensively still 2. Top 4 all 80s. 78-77 bottom pair. Goaltending, Petrol there's 82, Kakko 77 backing him up. So both teams looking pretty sick. I don't think we've won a Calder Cup yet, so maybe we can do that this year as well. And yeah, guys, look at this. We haven't won a Calder Cup yet, but we have won the regular season the past 4 straight years. Like, are you kidding me? At some point you think this team would break through and get done in the playoffs, but unfortunately it's not happened yet. So before I show you guys the ratings, get started with the sim, I do want to do some contract extensions. As I mentioned, we got some, you know, tough decisions to make, as a lot of guys are going to need raises. Battaglia here, I'm definitely going to trade. 88 overall is a ton of value, but doesn't really perform up to his value. But I'm still going to leave him for this season. He is playing power play too, so he might even go up in rating. Matthew was making $1 million. He's going to want 7-8. That's going to be tough to do. Luckily, we can qualify him. Staying COVID 91 overall, would not want to lose him. 13 million. Now, we only do need him for 2. Does not go down in price. I think it said there for extension dollars, we had like 17 mil. Sharp, luckily, we can qualify as well. He's going to want 6. Pretty fair. I mean, if he does like a 2-year, $5 million deal, I think that's worth it. Obviously, too, we can trade away guys. Like, for instance, I think Sanheim, 8th overall, only making 6-2. Definitely a big trade candidate. Couturier, 1 year left to $8 million. Even with his contract ending, we're still in a really tough cap spot. Couturier, obviously, has been the captain for so long. I wouldn't want to lose him, so we can get him back for $3 million for 2 years. I'll do that. Drury as well, so getting the face-off circle. He wants 1.8 at that point. We let him go. Bjarnson still under contract. And DiPietro I can't extend. So, yeah, I think, like, the rest of the guys we're really just going to have to wait on. I think there was someone else, too, we could trade. Oh, yeah. If we wanted to be really risky, Draisaitl there is now 33, making 13 million. He is a trade candidate, especially with his value. Potentially bring in a younger player, half the contract, maybe, you know, a high 80, something like that. Again, it's a pretty, you know, bold move to move on from Draisaitl, but it is an option we have. And like I was mentioning, you guys, before you get started with the sim, I'll show you our ratings. So we've got 100 offense, 95 defense, 82 goaltending. Also, too, guys, one thing I just noticed that I really like, Matthew Michkow's now the highest rated player on this team at 93 overall. So face of the thumbnail is now the face of the franchise. Let's see if we can lead this team to another Stanley Cup. All right, so there we go, guys. We're bringing the captain back. Trey said yes, that 2-year, $3 million deal. Still waiting to hear back from Sharp, who said yes. Okay, so we got him for like $5 million. I think still growing. That's a very good contract. All right, guys, for nothing to over here with a record of 22-11-1, which I think is pretty solid. Currently first in the division, tied with the Hurricanes. AHL team 23-5-2. They are dominating. Lean score there's actually Dorofiev, 39 points in 30 games. NHL-wise, Kivaharji, 45-34. Potential Norris season for him. Let's go. All right, guys, so the trade deadline here, the record of 40-19-3. Still first place in the division there with 83 points. I think we're second in the NHL behind only the Wild of 86. AHL team 43-8-3. They haven't even lost double-digit games yet. Draw 5 there, still over a point per game. NHL-wise, Stankoven's our leading scorer, 78-62. I mean, what does he got left? 20 games to put up 22 points at the 100-point mark. To be our first player to do so would be pretty crazy. And of course, too, it's on his contract year, so we are going to have to pay him. But we'll get to the deadline. I'm not really sure what we can add, but obviously, I'm always looking to add on a contending team like this one. So, see who's available. I mean, wow, Matthew Tkachuk, 1 year left, 9.5. That'd be pretty crazy, 92 overall there. McTavish, 1 year left. You got Fantilli on the Blues, 91 overall. Not actually that much trade value considering, like, McTavish there, same rating, but way more value. Behind him, you got Thomas Chabot, with really not that much value either, probably because he is 33 at this point. Anton Lundell, Dylan Guenther, Trevor Zegras, who has a full contract, 8 years, 11.2. And then I got Cole Perfetti there, 1 year left, 89 overall. He's got, not crazy value. Same with Logan Cooley even, 1 year left. Rutger McGroarty, so tons of really good players available. We'll try and see who fits here, what makes sense for us. And we just got an offer here, guys, from the Canucks. Xavier Bourgault a third for a second, a third, and Cook there is a medium-started goalie. Bourgault would have to be pretty good. 81 overall, not that great defensively. That doesn't make any sense for us. And quickly here, too, guys, I want to see how DiPietro is doing this season. Do we need upgrading goal? 909 save percentage, 265 goals against. Isn't bad. Could be better for sure. Bjarnsson's numbers there aren't that great. I'm not sure why he hasn't grown at all. Like, 82 overall high starter, playing him where he's supposed to be. Doesn't make a ton of sense to me. We got all of our picks for this season. I was looking to it like values here. You can see Michkov has the most. Draisaitl's dropped quite a bit. He's actually 90 overall now, 34. So I think we will look to move on from his contract this summer after the season ends. Hopefully, again, can win another cup with him. Look at this, guys. They're just going through teams. Look at defensemen. The Avs now have Makar, Seider, and Byram all 90 plus. Are you kidding me? That's insane. They got like no depth behind those guys, but they don't need it. Alright, guys, so I was looking all around the league, and I couldn't really find a trade that made sense for us right now. Definitely be very active this summer, but I saw Dallas has this Kumatov defenseman, 2 years left there, just under $1 million, 80 overall already. Could be our replacement for Sanheim next season. Obviously, under $1 million is nice. Defensive defenseman as well, so have him on the bottom pair. I'm offering up first round pick. Should be like a late first. We're not going to get a guy as good as Kumatov at that spot. They like the first. It has a little bit more value, it looks like. See what the Stars say to this. Trades accepted. 1 for 1. Okay, so obviously, that's a trade for the future. Right now, he's just going to be an AHL defenseman for us if I'm allowed to drop him down. If not, actually, yeah, he went right to the AHL. So there we go. I think that's really the only move I can make. I think, in terms of the Draisaitl move, we'll do that this summer. Same with Sanheim and Battaglia. All right, guys, so the trade deadline is now complete. Again, we just made that one trade there for the Dallas Stars defenseman. It was actually the last trade of the day. Let's see anything else. Zatterall there to the Kings. McGroarty to the Buffalo Sabres. It's a pretty big trade. Tom Wilson to the Canadiens. Muka Moldin there to the Bruins. Provorov to the Penguins. Bolvier and Nick Robertson both go to the Preds. Stuart Skinner to the Leafs. Kaliev to the Ducks. Reinback to the Oilers. Okay, Seth Jones to the Devils. Riker Evans there with Ferraro to the Canadiens. Ferry there to the Oilers. John Beach to the Capitals. Hellison there to the Panthers. Dylan Guenther to the Senators with Brodin and Kasha for Thomas Chabot in a second. That is a blockbuster. Dustin Wolf and Daniil Vladar to the Avalanche. They pick up 2 goalies there. That's a really interesting trade. I don't know if I've ever seen one that's for 2 goalies. Josh Doan leaves the desert, goes to the Islanders. I can't believe that. His dad would not be very happy with him. But yeah, as I mentioned, Dylan Guenther and Brodin for Chabot. That's a crazy trade. And after the trade deadline, guys, no change to the NHL team, obviously. Keeping that the same. Hopefully, coming back-to-back cups with them. AHL-wise, no change to the forward group. With the defense, now has Kumatov there on the top pair. Plan is to call him up next season or replace Sanheim. Probably just going to dump him off for like whatever pick we can get. Alright, guys, so we just finished the season here with a record of 52, 26, and 4. Another 50-win season. Very happy with that. 108 points on the year, which, unfortunately, no President's Trophy. We tied the Stars. Avalanche 110, Wild 111. That Central Division is just insane. 14th 100 points. AHL team here, 58, 10, and 3, 119 on the year. They do win the league for the 5th straight year. Hopefully this time they finally win the Calder Cup. Duro 5 there, 87 points, 71 games. Is very impressive. I feel like that's about a 100-point pace in an 82-game season. I'm not sure. It's pretty close, though. Stankoven, 109 points. We finally have a 100-point score. And, of course, it's on his contract year, so yeah, he is going to want to get paid big time. But, I mean, finally put up 100 points for us. Draisaitl, 103. Can we trade this guy after he put up 100 points? I mean, it's definitely something we have to think about. Michkov there, 98, too shy. Kiva Harju, 95 as a D-man with 78 assists. Are you kidding me? Kyle Connor, 73. How much is he making? 9.3. I mean, we could move on from Connor, keep Draisaitl. Definitely some tough decisions here. Sam Reinhart, 64. Again, the guy is just so consistent. 34 years old. He's always good for like 60-plus points for us. And very solid defensively, of course. Gothia at 60 there. Demidov, 50. Battaglia, 46. That's his best season yet. Still going to trade him, though. Wood down to 38. Should make his price a lot better for us. Mirov, 30 is not bad. Sharp, 30. Couturier, Drury. So, Everyone else kind of as you'd expect. York there, only 18 points. And honestly, with 19 minutes of ice time a game, probably should have done better than that. Goaltending here, DiPietro at 903 at 288. Bjarnsson's stats there, not very good. Might be time to move on from him, although for stat price, I think he is fine in the backup role. AHL team there, Petrol 916 with a 196 goals against. Jeez, yeah, this guy's insane. 43 wins, 6 losses, 6 shutouts. He's probably going to win AHL goalie of the year. Behind door 5 there, you had Vierling with 83. Veranda 77 is over a point per game. Same with Barkey. 79 overall now. Playmaker. Look at his playmaking ability. If we needed like a very cheap third line player, could probably look his way. Stillman there. Poirier only 55. He's definitely going to get called up though. Just better shot and pretty good puck skills. Gallagher at 50 points there as a vet. I mean, overall, yeah, pretty happy with the AHL team. And in terms of the entire league here, guys, Martin Nietzsche's Art Ross Trophy win there with 112 points. Stankoven, though, was only 3 behind. You then have McKinnon there. Draisaitl finishes 4th. Teravainen, Eichel, Svechnikov, McDavid, Rupe, Hintz. Goals-wise, Matthews put up 63. In terms of defensive scoring, let's go. Kiviharju, 95 points. Has the most points, and he's got the best plus minus there at plus 40. At least it's got to be the best. Will Sharp on our team actually has the highest at plus 47, playing with Kiviharju. So yeah, Kiviharju there taking home the Norris Trophy this year for sure. He's followed by Fox, Bakar, Hughes in points, Hudson, Power, McAvoy, Joseph, Theodore. Goalies here, Kochetkov most wins, 44. Best save percentage there for a starter is going to be Levi, way at the bottom, 914. And then best goals against here for a starter, also Levi, but you got to scroll pretty low. I think he still takes on the Vezina. Rookie skaters here, Joshua Dexter, 60 points to the Islanders, was taken 2nd overall there in 2029. And so now looking at the entire league here, guys, as I mentioned, we finished 3rd behind Minnesota and Colorado. You had 17th with 100 plus points. No one really got screwed, it looks like. Who's going to be last in NHL this year? We've got the Calgary Flames, 54. They're actually last by quite a bit. First in goals for was us, 324. Best goals against were the Stars. We had like the 7th best goals against though, so solid season for sure, cannot complain. I think both these teams have the capability of winning a championship. We just got to see here whether or not we get lucky in the sim. So first round matchup, guys, we've got the Washington Capitals. And so they got Mangiapane, Velarde, and Honzek on the first line. Sprong, Kuznetsov, Cooley there on the second. Miroshichenko, Beecher, Duclair on the third. Kaut, Iskakov, and Karen in there on the fourth line. I've actually never seen Iskakov get to an 83. That's pretty cool. I had to give him the It's Tricky X Factor after the one goal he scored. Sandin there up to an 89 as well. Wow, that's pretty high for him. Playing with Soderstrom there, so Swedish duo. Merkley, Guliev, Sweat, and Bear. Guliev there, only 79 at 24 is not looking great. Demko's their starter still. They got 79 backup. I mean, our team's a lot better. Doesn't matter. We're about to find out. So first round here, guys, of course, we're going to have the home ice advantage. First game there, the 5-3 win. Second's the 3-2 win. 3-2 loss game 3. Game 4, it's a 4-3 OT win. Okay, just have to win one of the next 3 games, move on to round 2, and there we have it. So take out the Capitals in 5, and in round 2 here, we'll see who we're going to play. And we've got the Carolina Hurricanes, obviously, our Ross Trophy winner, and Martin Nietzsche on their team. So going to be a pretty tough matchup. Stankoven looking good. He's got 8 points there in 5 games. And their first line is Jarvis, Nietzsche, and Svechnikov. That looks deadly. Second line even, Richie, Kosick, and Andronov. Very solid. They got Lawson Kroos there. Kokoniemi on the team. Middlestat, Balsers, Bemstrom, Fajimo. Now, defensively, they're a lot weaker. Slavin there, still their number 1. He's down to 86. Playing with Matt Roy, Gustin, Haig, Gerard, and Lindell. I mean, defense is meh. Kochetkov, though, 88 overall goalie. Had the most wins in the league this year. Definitely a team we got to respect. Hopefully, though, we can get by them. So, first 2 games, again, are at home. Let's see what happens here, guys. Game 1, 5-4 win. Game 2, a 4-1 win. Head to Carolina now. 4-1 loss, 6-2 loss. All right, so they tie it up. Head home for Game 5. Let's see. 6-3 win. Can we win in Game 6 at Carolina? Let's go. 5-1 win. And we've actually got the Red Wings now in the conference final. Looking at Detroit here, guys, we've got DeBrincat, Casper, and Raymond as the first line. Pretty nasty. Gustav's Grieva there playing with Berkeley, Catton, and Grabowski. Lumala, Larkin's the third line center now, kind of taking like the Yzerman route, slowly, becoming more defensive. Wallstrom's playing with them. Milano, Berggren, and Abramov there on the fourth line. Defensively, they got Evanson on the top pair, Nikishin, it's looking at the side or left. Ryan Johnson, Wallander, Poirier, and Pareko. Goaltending wise, they got Costa starting there. He's 89 overall, Kakin backing him up. So this Wings team looks pretty good. And right there, you guys can see Kyle Connor, 14 points in 11 games. So let's see what happens. We're currently 8-3 in the playoffs. They're 8-2. So yeah, they've been a good team so far. Edmonton, Minnesota is the Western Conference final matchup. Here you go, guys. Game 1. We're down 2 early. Berkeley, Catton, and Grieva. 4-3. Okay, Connor, Kiviharju, Stankoven. We're looking pretty good. We pull it close. Let's go. Connor ties it up. And we get the OT winner from Sam Reinhart. Let's go. What a comeback in game 1. That was big. We went down in that first game. We're not in a good spot. Luckily, though, we do have the home ice advantage. So, got the momentum now. Second game here, still in Philly. Fans going to be going crazy. Can we get up 2-0 here on the wings? 1-1 after 1. Reinhart again scores to brink it for them. Both goals on the power play. 2-1 now for us. Kyle Connor is going off this series. And we actually hold on to that 2-1 lead. Outshot them there, 35-26. Taking the 2-0 series lead. So, head to Detroit now, Little Caesar Arena. Can we potentially sweep the Red Wings here and move on to the Stanley Cup final for second straight year? Game 3, it's 1-1. Michkov for us to break it for them. 3-3. We get Reinhart and Stankoven with goals. Grabowski, Wallstrom for them. Third period here, guys. 4-4. Kivaharju, Griva. Can we have an OT hero winner? No, it's Griva there for the Red Wings. Okay, so unfortunately, no sweep, but still a very, very close game. Could have went either way. If we can at least go up 3-1 here, I'd be very happy with that. Obviously, Detroit here trying to tie this thing up. So here you go, guys. Game 4. 3-2 lead. We got Demidov, Connor, and Michkov. 5-3. Are you kidding me? 3 unanswered there from the Red Wings. 7-4. What happened? We had the lead and we blew it. So the Red Wings do complete the comeback there, tying this thing up to a piece. Luckily, still 3 games left, and we got the home ice advantage here. I'll take a 3-game series any day to make the Stanley Cup final. Here you go, guys. Game 5. 2-1 lead for the Red Wings. Kriva there with the Kelp. He's been playing great for them. Reinhart, though, for us has also been looked really good. I think him and Connor are most goals in the playoffs so far. Kriva there gets the hat trick. Are you kidding me? That was a natural hat trick as well. What the heck? And wow, Red Wings there hold on to win that game 3-1. So we have to win back-to-back here, guys. We want to go to back-to-back Stanley Cups. Game 6 here is in Detroit at Little Caesar Arena. Have not won there yet this series. Has to be this time. Do or die. 2-0 lead. Let's go. Stankoven, Battaglia, both on the power play. What is going on? The Red Wings, 4 unanswered in the second period. Okay, resume simulation. We have to find a way. Let's go. Amirov shorthanded. Let's go. The hero there. We're actually out shooting them 30-19. Another power play for the Wings. Can we get another shorthanded goal? Doesn't happen. We got about half the period left. We just need 1 here. Force OT. And we have a chance to hold on in this series, in this playoff. 5 minutes now, guys. Come on. We're out shooting them still a bit. 2 minutes. 1.5 minutes to go. Oh, I saw the pop-up. I was really hoping that was a tie game for us. Unfortunately, Raymond with the empty net goal. So, there you have it, guys. The Red Wings beat us in 6. I cannot believe that. I thought we went up 2-0. We were making back-to-back Stanley Cup finals for sure. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be. AHL team here. Wow. So, they won their first series against the Wilkes-Barre Grand Penguins. Unfortunately, though, they lose to the Hershey Bears in the second round in 7. So, the AHL team, I think there's some kind of curse. Because how do you win 5 straight regular season titles and not win a single Calder Cup? And look at this, guys. The playoffs are not complete, and the Red Wings did go on to win the Stanley Cup. So, that's good. At least we lost to eventual Stanley Cup champion. I'm always of the mindset you want to lose to the eventual winner, as you can then say you were like the second best team or whatever. And the Florida Panthers, as you can see, won the lottery, jumping up from 9-1. So, I'll take a look at the awards next. Kyle Connor, 22 points, 17 playoff games. Definitely looked pretty good. Again, got some big decisions to make because we got to let go of somebody. Michkov, Stankoven, Reinhart all on 19. Kivaharju there, 18. So, I mean, 5 guys on this team had over a point per game and yet still got knocked out of the playoffs. Like, that's incredible. How did DiPietro do for us? Not the best. You expect at least a 900 save percentage from him, I think, in the playoffs, especially moving on to the conference final. Red Wings here, playoff tree. We beat the Rangers in 6, swept the Canadians, beat us in 6, and then they beat the Wild in 7. The Wild there actually swept the Oilers. And so now look at these awards here, guys. As I mentioned, Red Wings win the Stanley Cup, Wild President's Trophy. I feel like we know the rest of the awards. Individually here, Martin East got the Irish Trophy. Stankoven, though, got the Hart. Let's go. Kivaharju, of course, James Norris. Stankoven also got Lady Bing. So 3 awards so far for us. Dexter Calder, Larkin Conn Smythe, the captain. Levi did get the Vezina Trophy. Andre, though, got the William Jennings with Hairball. Beats there, Bill Masterton. Tavares, for a second I thought that was John Tavares, but no, it's a different Jay Tavares who wins the Jack Adams, because if it was John Tavares, it'd have his headshot. Kent Johnson, back-to-back Selkies, that's crazy. Stankoven also got the Ted Lindsay, so what a year for him on his contract year. Matthews there, Maurice Richard. AHL awards, Iowa Wild there, got the Calder Cup. As I mentioned, we won our 5th straight regular season championship. And look at this, guys. In the past 5 years, we didn't make the Calder Cup final twice. Unfortunately, we lost both times, so just so unlucky there for the AHL team. Individual awards, Stamkos most points, that's crazy. I think I saw the Dutch are paying him like $8 million to trap the AHL. Draw 5 though, MVP. Strachan there, most goals. Stevenson, best rookie. Andronov, best defenseman. Petrol there got the best goalie as we expected. Kate, MVP of the playoffs, of course. No Kate's foreign player of ours. Stamkos, sportsmanship. Suglobov's community involvement. And then Petrol there, our goalie, lowest goals against for the 2nd straight year. So, again, I think a lot of good things to look forward to. Definitely cannot let Stankoven go after our first 100-point season. Plus, all that hardware he took home. And next year, guys, we're going to take a look at retired players. We shouldn't have any, I guess, other than maybe Couturier. Oh, wow. Speaking of which, are you kidding me? We just gave him a 2-year extension and he immediately retires, which is pretty funny. Right at the end of his $8 million deal. Obviously, it was a great captain for us. We'll have to check the record books. I think he's got the most games played for Flyer by far. Behind him, you got Morgan Riley. Also, too, you got Evander Kane, Stone, Roman Josi, Ryan O'Reilly, Erik Karlsson, Johnny Gaudreau, Steven Stamkos there leading the way. Like, pretty crazy retirement class. Kevin Hayes, Zach Hyman, Brendan Gallagher, of course, was on our AHL team. So, yeah, big retirement year for us, of course, losing the captain. We'll have to name a new one now, which is going to be really tough. Our two alternates right now are Sanheim and Draisaitl. Sanheim for sure is being traded. Draisaitl might be as well, so could have a whole new captaincy here for the last 2 seasons. In terms of the goalies, Merz Lincoln's gone. Santh Brossois, nothing too crazy. And look at this guy. Sean Couturier actually just became a coach. I feel like we got to hire him now as a part of our coaching staff. How cool would that be? And before we get to the draft, guys, I do want to make some offers. So Stan Coven, what's he wanting? He wants 14.5. Beginning of the year was 12.7. I mean, oh my goodness. Is someone going to pay him that? They might. He was like the best player in the league. We literally only have 13.3. So we might lose him. But take it there. We're going to trade. Matthew Wood, what does he want? 6.6 coming off the year he had. I think we can qualify him, get him a lot cheaper. Bonk should be pretty cheap, 2.9. Should be able to qualify, get him cheaper. Let's see. Anyone else there worth, giving an extension early? DiPietro wants 2.6. His playoff numbers, unfortunately, are not the best. I think, yeah, Petrell looked really good in the AHL. Could run him and Bjarnason, honestly, as a super cheap duo. Unless there's somebody better available in free agency. So, yeah, Stankoven we're going to keep. Probably just have to trade away Sanheim to do it. And then the rest of the guys we'll play hardball with. Probably try and squeak them in somehow. Alright, guys, we're at the draft now. I'm going to take a look here and see the top of the class. 5 medium elites, just very standard in terms of gems. Guaranteed low elite, 212. That's potentially the last pick in the draft. That's insane. This guy here could be high elite, last pick in the first. I don't think we're going to have a pick there, but I guess I'll pin him just in case. Also, this Hans Riefers guy here, guaranteed medium top 6. Going to go late first round. He looks pretty good. Guaranteed low top 6, 314. We take that as well. Alright, guys, so right now I'm off in the Dallas Stars. Travis Sanheim in a second-round pick for their late first-round pick. Kind of crazy how much Sanheim's dropped in value now, but he's only 82 overall at 34. I still wonder, should we have traded him after that first season where he popped off? But it's alright. We were loyal to him. At this point, though, we got to move on from him. We'll see what the Stars say. They like Sanheim, their picks on the block. They say yes. Okay, so I'm hoping we can get that guy I was just talking about, the German. He's supposed to go 31. Are you kidding me? Reifers goes 29 to the Oilers. 66 medium top 6. Make it snappy, and Schneid's got a good shot as well. Jeez, so we got unlucky there. Dallas' pick was on the block. The Oilers was not. We could take a chance, I guess, on this Jerome DeRoche guy. Could be high elite. He's 20 years old, so maybe he tore it up in the queue a later year. 3-year NHL ETA, similar style to Kuznetsov. I guess we're going to risk it. And 64 high top 9. No X factors on him. Definitely not as good a player, but not, that much worse either. Also, guys, too, if you're curious about the top 5 picks, Robertson, 84 overall, medium elite, first overall. That's not bad. Stokes, 82 medium elite at 2. 79-3, 82 at 4, so Calgary kind of messed up. And then you got another 79 at 5. Alright, guys, so next year we're trying to make a massive 1-for-1 trade with the New Jersey Devils to get Pop-Up. I was looking at him at the deadline. As you can see, he's a solid young defenseman, 19 years old, 86 overall. Medium-elite potential there, two-way defenseman, 90D awareness, just really solid defensively. Even a pretty good passer. He was a first overall pick, actually, 2028. He's making $1 million for the next 3 years, which is awesome. Technically, here's high rated already, 89, but Pop-Up, only 3 overall less, obviously, makes a lot of sense for us. I'll try this 1-for-1. I doubt they say yes, because Pop-Up, of course, has a better contract, even though he's lower rated. Oh, trade accepted. Okay, so we give it the better defenseman, but Pop-Up there, again, the contract, we give him $1 million for the next 2 years. That is way more valuable. I think, too, he'll probably slot in somewhere in the top 4. And so right there's a look at our new top 6. Probably going to move on from Bonk, too, just because he wants a bit too much money. We'll see if we can potentially trade a forward for defensemen, as I feel our forwards are still very good. We got Poirier coming up. Probably going to be like Cal Connor that's on the move. Alright, guys, now next year I'm actually going right back to the Devils, trying to make a trade with them to get Simon Nemec. 2 years left at $6.3 million. Very solid defenseman, 90 overall. I'm offering up Cal Connor, who's also 90 overall, but it's a forward for a defenseman. I feel like we got more forward depth, plus we're saving $3 million there. Oliver Bonk's also on the move. Kershaw just there for the roster spot. They like Connor. We'll see what they say to this. Trades rejected. The value just isn't where it needs to be. We'll try adding Chan here, lowly potential prospects, see if that's enough to push it through. Trade still rejected. Alright, guys, so now next year make the Red Wings a similar offer for Simon Evanson. Got 1 year left at 6.5. So the year after that was to figure out what to do with them, but obviously just won a Stanley Cup. I'm also saying Cal Connor home. He's from Michigan. Again, Bonk and Chan added there. The value's quite on our side. They like Connor and Bonk. We'll see what they say. Trades rejected. The value on the table is too far off. Okay, so one other player I saw we could go after. Not quite as good as the others, but does save some money. Bring in a good defenseman. That's Olin Zellweger there on the Ducks. 26 years old, 8-cent overall, making 5.5 for 3 more years. His potential has dropped from medium elite to medium top 4, but he had 44 points last year. I think, running the second power play. Look at those puck skills. Should be a very solid player, especially at that contract. I think we can keep Chan at that point. Honestly, probably could keep Bonk, trade him somewhere else. I mean, Connor for Zellweger is pretty equal. We're giving up a lot here, though, in terms of the rating. Brandon Draisaitl right now, he's 1 overall higher, 1 year younger, making almost $4 million less. He is signed for 1 extra year. It probably doesn't affect us too much. But again, Draisaitl coming off a 100-point season. It's tough to give him up. So Connor for Zellweger, 1 for 1, saves us $4 million. Can probably get Stankoven signed at that point. We'll see what the Ducks say. Luckily, trade him out of the conference. Trades rejected. Sweeten the value just a touch. That is crazy. I actually think I'm going to need all those picks this season. So I'll add a 7th next year. And there we go. So big time trade, Connor for Zellweger. Even the trade before that too. Battaglia there for Popov. Hopefully those moves work out for us. Obviously just changed half of our defensive core. Bonk's still playing on trading, trying to get back probably like a 3rd or something. Actually, guys, going to try and get a 2nd round pick next year from the Dallas Stars here for Bonk. They say yes. Okay, so that's pretty good work, I think. The rest of our picks, we should be set. So round 3, pick 94. There's a guy I want that's about to go. Wow, Adrian Zhang, that was very close. Should be medium top 4. And he's a medium top 6. Unlucky. I feel like that's happened a lot this draft. Round 4 now, I think we're going to start kind of reaching on some guys. So 126, we're going to take Holzer there. 1 to 63, just because he's the next guy on our list. Guaranteed medium top 9. And if he's an overall, not terrible in the 4th round. Now in the 5th here, again, really no point to trade back. Just going to take our guys. The next highest ranked here is Lorenz, the low elite. 219. And let's see, 50 overall, low elite potential. No X factors, but still not a bad pick at that spot. 6th round here, I think our next guy to go is going to be Junie, guaranteed low top 6, center there. 50 overall as well, so at least they're not in the 40s. And then finally here in the 7th round, one of the last picks of the draft, we're going to take that guy from Sweden, Hagos. Should be a low top 4 defenseman, and he's low top 6, but honestly in the 7th round, that's not too bad. So I feel like we did some pretty good, house cleaning there. Red Wings, I actually saw, got a low elite guy last pick in the draft. We just got to make sure we get Stankoven signed, then hopefully the 2 RFAs can play hardball on and get pretty cheap by the end of the summer. And so another re-sign phase here, guys, with almost $25 million in cap space. Obviously, priority number 1 is get Stankoven under contract. He wants $14.5 for 8 years. 2 years, it's slightly cheaper, but might as well get in the years he wants. I mean, let's try like, I don't know, 12.5, work from there. Obviously, it's $2 million pay cut, but when you're working with that big a number, percentage-wise, it's probably around, what you would usually get a guy to say yes to. Matthew Wood will qualify. As you can see, he has dropped from 88 to 86. Still wants 5.5. So we're going to hold off on that for now. For Toronto, here's 36. Probably no longer need him as an AHL star. We got like Verana and stuff for that. Vlasic, Vierling. I mean, Vierling still played pretty well. Honestly, could keep a lot of these guys just to be AHL stars, as I mentioned. Hollander there, 89D awareness, 83 faceoffs. Probably going to let him go for now. Might end up, bringing him back, though, for the 4th line. Entwistle, I still think, could be a 4th line player for us. We'll sign him league min. 05, of course, popped off in the AHL, so we'll keep bringing him back. Same with these 4 guys here, I think. Actually, Vlasic wanted over $1 million. That's not happening. Vierling, he went off. Stillman, solid AHL guy. If they want 800K, they come back. If they want more than that, we say no. Drury here's down to a 79. He wants 1.4 million. I just don't understand that, so gonna release him as well. Now, Verana here's dropped to a 79, but he did pop off the AHL, so we'll give him a league min contract. Now, Jasper here, you guys might forgot about our medium league defenseman. We drafted 1st round, 2028. Probably going to be in trade bait for us at some point. I'm not sure what, but got to get him signed. Pretty much it. Again, Stankoven was like the main guy we had to get signed. So once we get, Wood under contract, might have $5 million. Could use that to actually bring in a real starting goalie, or we could run Bjarnson and Petrol. DiPietro, what does he want? 2.6. I think I'm going to have to let him go. Kakko there's now a backup. Just let him go as well. I think Person's there. Could be the start in the AHL. It's either going to be him or Petrol. Addison knows the starting goalie. We'll get him signed. And there you go, guys. And also said yes, coming back. Same with Verana. Dorofeyev wants more money, essentially. Come on. We're going through all the AHL guys. What is Stankoven rejects, wants to test free agency. So, we're going to have to pay him. I'll try 13.5. Hopefully he says yes to that one. There you go, guys. Dorofeyev just gave me an extra 100K too. He said yes. Stankoven as well is coming back. Okay, so immediately I think he's the highest paid player on this team. 13.5, yeah, he's making 500K more than Draisaitl. We still got 12.3 million in cap space there, though, after all of our moves. Again, Matthew Wood's going to take about 5 million, so 7 million to get a starting goalie. honestly, maybe even take that medium league defenseman we got and like flip him with, say, Zellweger, who we just traded for. We could even, you know, flip him and say Cam York, bring in like a true stud 90+ defenseman. Now this sucks, guys. As I mentioned, I was hoping to hire Couturier as a coach. Unfortunately, he immediately wants to be an NHL head coach after being a player. He does have A+ teaching, A penalty kill. Maybe we could make him the associate, but that's about it. Now just remember, we actually have Ovechkin there as our associate coach. He's got the A+ power play. So, I mean, would Couturier accept an assistant coach role? I don't think so. So, probably have to wait on him. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, it kind of sucks. He immediately wants to be a head coach. Now, we are at the free agency period. We have a little bit of money here. We'll see what we can do, what we can kind of make happen. Celebrini there, jeez. Eiserman as well, Frank Nazar, Marchenko, McTavish, the UFA, 92 overall. I technically could get him, which is kind of ridiculous. Braden Point, 91 overall, wants 11.5, two-way forward there. In terms of defense, Tagle did not get signed yet. Logan Cooley's UFA wants 9.8. I mean, jeez, we could bring in like an absolute star. Leo Carlson's also available. I feel like we got to bring him back, right? He's a free agent now. Only 87 overall, but originally our pick there, 4th overall. I think we got to probably make that happen. Dylan Holloway, 87, only wants 6 million. Pretty solid there for what he brings. Kokaniemi, 87, wants 4.7. Jeez, that's actually a very, very reasonable ask. Take a look at goalies, though. Vinny's an RFA. Kosa UFA, 7.7 ask, though. Wolf, 85, wants 4 million. Below 900 save percentage last year, so I don't know about that one. Luke Dossel, 84 overall, wants 1.2. Honestly, I feel like we're really just going to run with our 282s. We're going to sign a stud like Sebastian Kosa. Coming off a Stanley Cup win. Save percentage, though, is just a 908. Like, I don't really think it's worth it. And actually, guys, I'm looking at the list here. So, Point and Lundell both won a lot of money. They're 91s. Behind them, you got Fantilli. Wants a little bit less. 25 years old, 90 overall, high elite. Should keep growing. Thing is, we have Gauthier, who's kind of like our center power forward. Logan Cooley, though, 89 overall, two-way forward. We lost Couturier. Could bring him in to be like the PK specialist. I'm really liking Cooley here. If we do this, we probably lose Wood. But I think, you know, it's worth it. We'll probably get some assets back for him. We'll see what he's going to take. So 3 years, 2 years. I mean, let's just do what he's asking for. 3 years. Let's try like 10-5. I think that could potentially get it done. And then again, we'll just trade Matthew Wood for like a pick. And now if we do lose it on Cooley, probably look at Carlson there. Also, too, guys, want to check out two-way goalies here just in case somebody very good available. I mean, Jacobson's okay. We have a lot of guys like that. Really no one crazy. Reed Schaefer here, though. 2680. 4th line forward, power forward, 5-star physical. He could actually come in and beat 104th line this year. I'll try 2 years, 950K, see what he says. Ethan Gauthier, I think, could just be like an AHL star. Try giving him a contract as well. And in terms of defensemen here, Caden Price, 2477. I mean, Islanders probably mad. We'll give him like 975K there. This is interesting, guys. The Leafs just offered us a 5th round pick for Vierling. He was just like a good AHL player. I gotta say yes to that. I feel like we'll do better than them too, so that 3rd round pick moves up as well. He was solid for us, but if he's just in the AHL, might as well get a free pick. Cam York there for a couple seconds. I'm gonna decline that for now. If we do need to, you know, flip him, we'll look at that later. Dorofeyev for his 7th. I mean, he led our AHL team in scoring. He's worth a bit more than that. Gauthier said yes, so kind of immediately replaces Vierling. Price said yes as of now. Schaefer said yes. So we hear back, of course, from Cooley. And there we go, guys. Logan Cooley said yes. What a contract signing. So at that point, I don't think there's pretty much any way we can get Matthew Wood under contract for, you know, $1.5 million. He's been solid for us, but has some value. We can get like a 1st round pick or something out of it. I feel like it would definitely be worth it. Could have him, you know, join Kyle Connor here on the Ducks. And now next year, guys, rather than trading Wood for some picks, since we only got 2 years left, I'm trying to get Vinny here from the Jets. Unsigned goalie, 88 overall there at 24 years old. Obviously has that potential. Could be a legit starting goalie for us. Wood and Addison they like. The value there is pretty equal. I don't mind adding a pick here to make this happen. I think it makes a lot of sense for our team. Really, the goalie is the only position we need. They reject that. The value on the table is too far off. Now, we have picks that they like as well. Obviously, as I mentioned, we got 2 years left. They're not really worth a lot to us. I'm willing to immediately add a 2nd round pick here. And that trade goes through. Okay, so obviously, we only got about $2.5 million right now to sign Vinny. I'm thinking we wait till the fall, though, and should be able to get him under contract. Also, guys, as we expected, the Islanders matched Price's offer there, so didn't get him. So we're in the fall now, guys. I realized I never signed a 4th line center. Now, Marcus Stellick's available. He's actually looking really good for that position. 87 D awareness, 95 face-offs. They definitely went up a ton. Solid shot block and stick check. He's got 90 for aggressiveness, body check, and strength. Like, he should do perfectly fine there, especially on a league mint deal. I'll give him 2 years just in case he works out. If he doesn't, we just grab him the AHL. It doesn't really matter. Also, if you guys want to try and get Vinny under contract now, as you can see, we got 3.8 million in cap space. He's 88 overall. He's only asking for 2.7. 2 years, 4.1. I mean, if we can actually get him locked up for the rest of this, that'd be insane. I'll offer what we can. I'll offer 3.8 there for 2 years. If he says yes for 88 overall goalie for the rest of this franchise, that would be an amazing contract. Hopefully, sometimes like their wants change during the fall. It's really up and down. Hopefully he stays normal, says yes. Really at least trying to trade back to us. That's kind of funny. Let's see, Vinny, and rejects, not enough money. Okay. The Red Wings here just offered us a 4th and a 7th for low top 6 and Mally. If Mally is the lower rated of the 2 medium story goalies I have, I'll just take those picks. Yeah, he's a 70. He's gonna be like our 3rd string goalie. I'll just take those. Thank you. Vinny's now asking for 2.4 for 2 years, 4.1 for 2. I mean, okay, like 3.85 or like whatever our max is. 3.85. That's gotta get it done. Vinny's still rejected. Are you kidding me? So at this point, we probably just have to do the 1-year deal, suck it up. It sucks we're not going to give him a crazy good bridge deal, but still, like, this 1-year contract, 2.2, is a very, very good value. Vinny said no to the 1 year, which was literally what he was asking for, minus 100K. What the heck? He's now asking for 3.1 for 1. That's what I mean, guys, when I say, like, the asks during the fall, they're all over the place. Okay, 1 year, 3.3. Get this guy under contract. What the heck? There we go. He finally said yes. All right, guys. So now the team set for next season. As I mentioned too, Sean Couturier there. Most seasons ever for a Flyer at 19. Most games played as well at 1377. So very, very cool there for the captain. Speaking of which, I'll actually show you guys the new captaincy here. So decided to give the C to the guy on the front of the thumbnail, Matthew Michkov. Goes from not wearing a letter to immediately becoming the captain. Best player on the team. I feel like he's the future of this franchise. Draisaitl, if we give him a C, I feel like it'd be short-lived. He'll probably only be on the team for a couple more years. Once I leave as GM, I think, he'll probably walk away as well. And then we actually have a new A as well, going to Kiva Harju. I feel like he's the stud defenseman. He's kind of the other face of this team with Michkov going forward. So that made sense to me. Now, in terms of the team, guys, I feel like we're still very stacked. That first line hasn't changed. Stankoven, Draisaitl, Michkov getting the +5. You got Demidov, Cooley, and Gauthier now in the second line, also getting a +5. Again, Cooley here is so sick. 99 faceoffs, like 5-star defense there. He's good offensively. We'll see how he does. I actually just noticed, though, his shot accuracy isn't the highest, but hopefully he plays well. Third line there, Mirov, Reinhart, Poirier. One thing we could do is, sub out Reinhart for Cooley or Gauthier to have on the third line. Let me know if you guys think there's a better option there. Fourth line, you got Reed, Schaefer, Kostelik, and Connor. I feel like that'll do fine. In terms of the defense, Kiva Harju, Popov on the top pair. I mean, Popov here actually grew by 2 to 88. 91 D awareness there. He's right-handed. Should complement Kiva Harju perfectly. Sharp on the second pair with Zellweger. I think that'll do very well. Then we got York there. Kumatov on the bottom. I was hoping Kumatov would have grown at least, 1 or 2 overall, but that's okay. Goalie-wise, we got an 88 Vinny there. Petrell backing him up. I felt like, Petrell's played really well in the AHL. He's going to get a shot here in the NHL as the backup. And then we got Bjarnason now in the AHL because he's not been good enough. Person's backing him up. He's a high starter. 76 there at 22. In terms of the rest of the AHL team, Duro 5, Barkey, Veranda's a pretty nasty first line. You got Stillman, this needy guy there, 78 playmaker, 91 passing. And Sustalev, I think we got him on waivers. Howard, Greensheet, Gauthier. Notice too, I signed Gauthier. I didn't realize his shot accuracy was so bad. He's a playmaker, so somehow only his puck skills grew. As you can see, like the shot hasn't moved at all. Fourth line there, Entwistle still playing. Peddle, of course, last pick in the draft this year in real life. Sylvester's our low league grinder. Defensively here, we got Hines and Alvine on the top pair. They're both 80 still. Kyra there with Olsen get a +2. Jasper's our medium elite defenseman playing McLean, who's a low elite. So I think overall the AHL team probably going to win their 6th straight league championship, but obviously we'll have to wait and see. NHL team as well, I think looks pretty good. So we're currently 4-2 guys in the preseason. I'll show you what our ratings are for the 9th year. As you can see there, we've got 96 offense, 96 defense, and 89 goaltending. So hopefully we have a big year next season. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave that thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.